Police say a man was chased and then shot and killed.
These groups, I won't name them, they know who they are. We're not going to tolerate any retribution, any revenge.
3 deadly shootings happening across our area overnight.
A man was found dead in a garage on Jacksonville's south side this morning.
New at 5, a man in his early 20s is in the hospital right now following a shooting in northwest Jacksonville. JSO says he was hit up to 4 times in the shoulder and back.
I talked to a witness who told me the car came from this direction and then slammed right into this building.
Breaking news. A man is dead in an early morning shooting.
Officers say that they were called out to the Lakeshore area just after 5 this morning, and it came reporting off of a gunfire report.
Overnight, one person is in stable condition. This is after being shot in what the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is calling a drive-by shooting.
One man is dead after he was shot and then crashed his car into a building on Myrtle Avenue last night in Jacksonville.
Tonight, police investigating after a man crashed his car into this building, then died from a...
Charles Jones, better known as Julio Foolio, tragically lost his life while celebrating his birthday. Given Foolio's involvement in the streets and his music, which often referenced his fallen rivals, his murder came as no shock. It didn't take long for the streets of Jacksonville to become a battleground, with retaliation and violence spreading in the wake of his death. What many may not realize, however, is this.
At 11:10 p.m., a man shot multiple times at an Orange Park apartment complex died. Then at 11:50 p.m., a woman was found suffering from gunshot wounds in downtown Jacksonville. And at 1:05 this morning, a man shot and killed at the corner of 4th Street North and 6th Avenue North in Jacksonville Beach. Tonight, police are looking for 2 suspects.
Shortly after, officers responded to a shooting on the south side around 11 p.m. They were called to Pont Avenue and Sign Road, where they discovered a man with a gunshot wound to his torso. 2 days later, on July 6, just after midnight, police received reports of a car crashing into a building at the intersection of M Avenue and 8th Street. Upon arrival, they found a man suffering from gunshot wounds inside his vehicle. The man would...
Developing overnight, one person is in stable condition. This is after being shot in what the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office is calling a drive-by shooting on the city's north side. JSO says this happened right at about 8:30 last night on Sparing Street. They say the victim was sitting in a car with 2 other people when someone else shot toward the vehicle from a white sedan. That sedan then drove away. JSO tells us the victim was taken to the hospital after being shot in the leg. JSO spoke to witnesses and looked for surveillance video, but if you have any helpful information, you're urged to please give Crime Stoppers a call.
Before the events that followed, on June 29th, a man was shot and killed in the parking lot of an apartment complex in Orange Park. The shooting occurred around 11:10 p.m. at the Low Flats on Wells Music Road. The victim, identified as Darius Bill, was shot multiple times by an unknown assailant while in the parking lot. Bill died at the scene. Investigators believe the shooting was connected to ongoing conflicts and possibly retaliation for Julio Foolio's death. Despite efforts by Jacksonville law enforcement to curb the violence, there seemed to be no end.
Car into this building, then died from a gunshot wound. This happened on Myrtle Avenue in the Durkeeville area. On your side, Zatia Collins spoke with a man who says he saw it all happen.
It happened here on Myrtle Avenue just after midnight. I talked to a witness who told me the car came from this direction and then slammed right into this building. It's been taped up now, but earlier you could see the window had been smashed out and the metal framing bent inwards.
I was standing over there and I seen the car just hit.
The driver, a man, according to police. The witness, who goes by Houston, says when he saw the crash, he went over to help.
And I grabbed him and I pulled him out from the passenger side. I brought him to the floor. I try to keep him as conscious as I can. The police came.
Investigators say when they found the man, they noticed he had been shot. He was taken to the hospital where he died. It's unclear what led up to the shooting or where the shooting took place.
Now, JSO is investigating this incident along with their partners at the medical examiner's office and the state attorney's office. Reporting in Jacksonville, Tia Collins, First Coast News, on your side.
A crime scene taking up this whole parking lot behind me. This is a Holiday Inn right across the street from USF. Here, 4 people were shot, and so were 2 cars. Police say they are also now a part of the investigation. A birthday celebration that took a turn for the worst. Now cars filled with bullet holes are at the center of an investigation to find out why famous rapper Julio, who just turned 26, was shot dead early this morning.
At this point, it's part of the investigation, but it seems that they might have been coming here to the hotel to get a room.
After a social media post from Julio said he and his friends were kicked out of an Airbnb. They found themselves at this Holiday Inn where hotel guests like Jeremiah Claypool had to be escorted to and from their rooms post gunshots.
I only heard one, it woke me up, but apparently there were more than that.
Police say they got the call at 4:40 this morning. Julio, whose real name is Charles Jones, was confirmed dead at the scene while 3 other shooting victims were taken to the hospital. No one has been arrested in connection to this shooting.
You know, we always say it, but in cases like this, it really does make the difference. If you saw something, if you heard something, any little detail can help us figure out what happened here this morning.
For now, investigators will lean on federal agencies and work with hotel surveillance video to help determine how the shooting events took place. Also, interviews from witnesses like Claypool.
We're still going to stay. We're going to find another hotel.
As we continue to find out more information, be sure to download our free WFLA app for the latest updates. Reporting in Temple Terrace, Chloe Sparks, 8 on your side.
During a press conference following Julio's death, the Jacksonville Sheriff's Office stated that they have potential leads in the case and are actively working on making an arrest.